everyone, and welcome back to FinDragon Plays The Testament of Sherlock Holmes. Hello there, Rat Killer. I am going to talk with you now. Why are you called a Rat Killer? Answer me.
Hans Shield, I require some information from you.
So, who do we have here? The celebrated Sherlock Holmes himself. Do you know that for all the time I have spent rotting in here, you are my first and only visitor? I think this is cause for celebration. A confrontation between two geniuses, two extraordinary minds.
I am afraid that you are not quite as great a chemist as you believe you are, Mr. Shieldman. I will not say that you never were. No, it was certainly true once. But you see, while you are whiling away your days in here, it appears that someone on the outside is at the point of surpassing you, if that is not already the case.
Yes, I heard about that. A chemical poison that eats away at the flesh and provokes hysteria. I recognize talent when I see it, but it's only a matter of time before I win back my laurels, believe me.
What can you tell me?
That depends on what you can bring to me.
Alright, let's play this game.
What do you want?
Do you know why I am treated so harshly? For my meals, I am given nothing but a hunk of bread, and even then, not just any sort. The...
Get to the point.
Never interrupt
What the
me! Where was I? Oh yes, the bread. Did you know that with a little rye yeast, a pinch of moss, certain cockroach secretions, just enough light and damp, with a few other ingredients that I will keep quiet about, I succeeded in poisoning half the staff here. Unfortunately, a little something was omitted, which would have made the results fatal. Instead, it merely caused acute attacks of stress and powerful hallucinations. Even so, I got a great laugh out of watching them cry like babies when they saw their most primitive fears materializing before them.
You are a monster, Mr. Shieldman.
Thank you.
It wasn't a compliment.
But of course it was! You others, you ordinary, narrow-minded people, you are afraid of anything that you cannot comprehend. You call me a monster because what you find impossible to face is just the slightest fraction of my genius. If by monster you mean someone who is nothing like you, then it is a compliment.
Get to the point.
What do you need?
Very little. Just something to write with. You see, my brain races like an engine with too many thoughts. I see them crackle and explode into thousands of formulae right in front of me. What a torture not to be able to write them down. What a hell to see them vanish just as quickly as they appear to me. Just bring me something that I can write with.
That's all. That seems an easy enough request to fulfill.
But listen, I don't want a vulgar inkwell and a pigeon's feather. No, I need material fit for my talent. I want my ink pen. Bring it to me, and I will be happy to pass on to you a little of my knowledge of modern chemistry.
Where is it?
It was confiscated upon my arrival here. I suppose it might be in my locker, in the locker room. Leave me now, and don't come back without my ink pen.
Goodbye.
See you soon, Mr. Holmes.
Alright. Hey, you.
Warden Mackenzie, at your service, sir.
Well, you are useful.
I'm glad to have been of service, Mr. Holmes.
Can you tell me where I might find the locker room?
In the corridor that leads to the director's office. That's where the prisoners' civilian stuff is held. But seeing the length of their sentences, they've little chance of ever getting it back.
Can you open the locker room for us? We would like to inspect Shieldman's personal items.
No, Mr. Holmes. I'm not responsible for that. You will find the keys in the Secretary's office.
Alright. Nice.
These weapons are obviously ready to use in case of emergency.
I want gun too. Open that.
Miss, may we borrow the keys to the locker room?
You will need authorization from the director to open that door. If you wait a moment, then I will inform him.
We will wait, thank you.
Anything new, Mr. Holmes? Is your investigation advancing? Mr. Holmes, have you been able to get what you wanted from our lodger?
Not yet. We must first cast light upon a crucial point, and for that we require your help again.
What can I do?
The locker.
We need to examine Shieldman's civilian clothing.
Very well, but be extremely careful.
What do you mean?
In that madman's compartment, you will find a strange little coded case which refused point blank to open when he was incarcerated. We did try to force it, but without success.
Didn't you ask the experts?
Of course we did. Experts from Scotland Yard came to examine it, but they came to the conclusion that it was better that the case remained shut than tamper with it too much.
I see. They were afraid that some poison or other might escape if it was opened.
Exactly. Bear in mind that this man is an evil genius, a master poisoner, and that his poisons are never ordinary.
Can I just have the keys?
Here's the key to the locker room. I give you the authorization to open it.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Patterson.
Miss Patterson, the guards are still waiting for you to put up the duty list. Do it as soon as possible. Without it, the changing of the guard cannot take place. Or had you forgotten?
Well, nice.
Dry your tears, miss. I'm certain that your father didn't mean to hurt you.
Mr. Watson, I can't put up the duty list. And when he finds out, he'll be furious.
Why can't you?
It's in my locker, in the cloakroom, and I've lost the key.
Your aunt.
Say no more, Holmes. As you keep repeating, time is against us. Let's go and look at the things in the rat killer's locker.
Check room. Cloak room.
Closed.
Can we just... Could you... Hey.
But what could I have done with the keys?
Hot tea.
Well, there are some keys there. What could I have done with the keys? You probably dropped them. Somewhere. Hello, you.
Sorry, sirs. I'm on.
Well, fuck you then.
This is the entrance to the ordinary prisoner's cell.
Right.
Closed. Locked. I can feel... Closed.
What was the locker room? Here?
Closed.
No. Maintenance.
Closed.
Check room, cloak room, entryway. Come on! As long as I have the keys, I shouldn't be forced to use them. Shield. But...
Here is the locker of our friend.
let's use the keys.
Here is the locker of our friend, Hans, the mad
Yes, I know.
scientist.
Oh, what a jumble.
A paper knife. Blotting paper. This solid box must hold a precious object. Let us see.
Sinne ska tässä sulkea spawn, let's do God damn it, it's a British blown down passenger strip. Pay, because... Yes.
A poem in Hans's handwriting.
Wait. Oh, there's such.
No, I can't do that. No, I can't do that. Nothing of interest here. 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 There is something interesting here. There is something interesting here. This cannot be a simple coincidence. No, I can't do that.
CAHBRS. CABRHS. CA. We are. And yes.
Perfect.
What is written on that note, Holmes?
Later, Watson, later. We can give Hans his paw.
Now that's done. Flint. Flint Brothers. What's funny enough is that I can even find the locker of that. Ready?
This small...
This
Oh well. I guess we'll have to find them later. We'll give Hans
bunch of
his
incompetents.
goddamn pen.
Oh, if I was as unprofessional as that, there would be murderers running all over the town.
What's the matter? Are you a patient of Dr. Watson?
very amusing.
I was going on about the dry cleaners in Westgate Street and just delivered my ceremonial uniform in the middle of my duty. And I've told them 1,000 times not to bring it until after 6 in the evening.
A ceremonial uniform? You've been promoted?
No, and that's not about to happen. No, I've been invited to a wedding. I mean, I hope to be. I'm in trouble. If the director sees that I've left my post, I'll be sacked without pay.
Give it to me, Warden Brighton. I'll take care of it for you.
Really? Thanks a lot. Here's the key to the cloakroom and that of my locker. I'm really grateful, Mr. Holmes.
What have you got in mind, Holmes? You're not doing this out of kindness, are you?
No, out of curiosity. We will be able to access the cloakroom with these keys.
Didn't I just go there? No, wait, cloakroom is here. What the fuck was that then?
Closed.
Yes, we'll do that later.
Bicarbonate of soda. Brighton must have an upset stomach, caused by stress without a doubt. The name on the key is Jenny Patterson. That is...
Oh! Doesn't want to leave his post.
Let us examine Miss Patterson's lock. The lock on this box is rather sophisticated.
Incredible. Is Jenny hiding something?
No, wait. Wait. Is that it?
It's really very clever. Little Jenny is astonishing.
Here is the famous guard duty list. Interesting. A letter from Brighton to Jenny. Barely literate.
Apparently, Jenny is carrying Brighton's child, and it seems that Jenny's father, the director, is unaware of it.
A locket, sealing the relation between Jenny and Warden Brighton. Decidedly, this boy is not a great poet.
Yeah. Do we really need to be assholes? What do you think, Dr. Watson?
What should we do next, Holmes?
We can give Hans his pen.
Yeah, we're going to give him his pen tomorrow, and we're going to also do... We'll chat with Jenny. This is awkward. But because I'm Sherlock Holmes, I'm not supposed to be giving a damn. So,